Stitchy Friends! Welcome to my kitchen. I'm trying filming in here today because I think the light's a little better. It's a really windy, dark day in Michigan, but we're going to get 60-degree weather this week, so I'm super excited about that. The snow is melting. I'm feeling spring coming its way. If you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by. If you've visited my channel before or subscribed, I appreciate you spending some time with me. I love getting on here. I love sharing my stitchy passion with you guys and meeting everyone in this great community. So thanks for stopping by. Today, I would like to wish my niece, Grace Rose, a happy golden birthday. She turns 10 today on March 10th, and so it's her golden birthday, and we're over the moon for that girl. She is sweet inside and out, just the kindest heart, beautiful soul, beautiful soul. So happy birthday, Gracie Rose, if you watch this. And then let's jump into it. So a couple life updates. I went to a couple concerts in the past 2 weeks, and they were very different. One of them was at the DIA, which is the Detroit Institute of Arts, and they host free concerts every Friday. And so I will insert a picture here of the Diego Rivera Cafe. And that's where this was held, and the instrument that they played was a koto, which is like a 6-foot long piece of wood with 30 strings on it. And there's like 25, 30 bridges that they have to move back and forth before they begin each song to make the notes and create them where they need them to be. And then she was just the funniest, sweetest lady. She talked about how she lives in New York, and she's only like 5'2", and she drags this koto around, and how much she loves it. She was really fun. But yeah, so that was fun. And then last night I went out with my girlfriend, and we listened to a bluegrass concert. It was 5 guys playing different instruments: a bass, a mandolin, a banjo, a guitar, and a violin. And they just brought the house down. It was fantastic. It was really, really cool. They were from St. Louis, Missouri, and really enjoyed it. They're called Old Salt Union. Old Salt Union, that's the name of the band. So did that the past couple of weeks, and just getting ready for spring. I'm taking a trip again to Florida at the end of March, which I'm super excited about, down to St. Petersburg area. So yeah, looking forward to that. Let's talk stitching. So before, I showed you guys my just hatched ornament that I finished, and I had talked about how I wanted to get an Easter tree, and I found an Easter tree. It's a topiary tree, and it's 4 foot tall, and I decorated it, and I love my little ornaments on it. It brings me so much joy. Every evening when I'm sitting there stitching, I look at the tree, and I love it. So I've decorated it for Easter. I'll insert a picture here. And my plan is then to decorate it for summer and for 4th of July. I think it's such a cute little way to display my ornaments all the ornament plans I have for stitching. And I really like it. So it was fun. I put a little bird's nest in there, and I put some Easter eggs on the tree. And I have a couple more ornaments to stitch in that series, which brings me to finishes. So I had a couple finishes in the past 2 weeks. This one was another ornament from the Just Hatched series. It was the farmer and his sheep. Let me get it in close. I just loved this so much, obviously. Those little sheep and that cow and the blue in that farmer's coat. This was such a fun stitch. Like, I couldn't put it down. I have other whips, but could not put this one down. So yeah, I'm going to turn him into an ornament and hang him on my tree. And then I'm going to get started on the next one, which is the little chicks. And so I'm looking forward to that. There's 4 total, but I know there's I've seen like the vintage eggs from Prairie Schooler too, so I know I can keep going on the Easter theme if I want to keep doing that. But highly recommend this. So cute. So cute. My other finish was March from Lizzie Kate Flip It series. Loved this. The colors in this, absolutely beautiful. I enjoyed stitching that so much. Just the most beautiful colors. I loved the umbrella. I love stitching the rainbow. and that, I think it was called, I can't remember the name of the purple. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, and I've really enjoyed this series. So I'm going to start April next. I don't know if you guys remember from before, so I'll show you what I do with them. I finish them off Priscilla style. Thank you for the idea. And put magnets with washers onto this little office caddy that I have. So this is where I put my mail and, you know, pens, pencils, Post-it, scissors, stuff like that on my kitchen counter. And then it's really nice because I can pop it off and pop it back on and just change out the months. So, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do with my March. I need to get that finished. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. So on to whips, some progress that I made on whips. So the first piece that I worked on is by Country Cottage Needleworks. This is Winter. Absolutely love this one. I've talked about it a bazillion times. The colors are so pretty. Believe it or not, I'm still in the winter mood, still wanting to stitch this. So I made a lot of progress this week. I did some stitching in the car, at work, on my lunch break, and I basically got these words in the middle done here. So snowmen, icicles, mittens, and snowflakes. And then I got the greenery done on this potted branch. So all I have to do is this branch and the bottom, the little checkered bottom, and it'll be done. So I made a lot of progress on this one. Again, loved this one so much. I know that they have one for every season, but the colors were just beautiful in this. I really enjoyed this one a lot. Really enjoying this one a lot. Next is a fun one. You know I'm bunny obsessed. This is Bunny Hop by Country Cottage Needleworks. Ah, look at the bunnies. Is that not the cutest? I love, love, love it. Love it. So I made some progress on this one. First I should mention I bought another bag from Cheryl at Tranquil Stitches, and this one is a tulip bag. So it's little tulips on the back and a diagonal pattern. And then she's got red and white polka dot on the inside. And the little charm, the little zipper finder, is a ladybug. So cute. Thank you, Cheryl. I'm really enjoying these project bags and building my collection. And thank you for those of you that commented on my last video and told me about project bags you make or where you've gotten them from other people, because I really want to keep expanding my collection. So thank you for that. Thank you. Bunny Hop. So this whip has been a ton of fun. I've really enjoyed stitching it. The flosses are beautiful, and it's nice because it's kind of mindless. If you put the carrots out and you put these couple little blossoms out, then you can just go with the grass. And so I've liked watching TV while I'm stitching this. And then I wanted to mention these because one of the Flosstubers I'm going to shout out this week is Candy Stitches. And if you go watch her latest video, these are thread spool holders. They're supposed to keep your thread on the spool, but they fit perfectly on the Q-snap. And it's nice because when you have the extra fabric and you don't want it dangling around in the back, it works. Great idea, Candy. Thank you so much for this idea. I bought them on Amazon. It was like a pack of 48 of them, and love it. Love, love, love it. So go check out Candy Stitches. She has a new video up, and it's got a bunch of different materials that she bought, a bunch of linens, and then she shows, she's working on Home of a Needleworker, so she shows that piece. It's absolutely beautiful. It's turning out so good. The colors are amazing in that, so go say hi to her. So that was my stitching for the past 2 weeks. Yeah, I wish I had 8 hours a day to stitch. I really do. Because, and I know you guys feel the same way, when you sit and you look at all the patterns, especially all the ones that everyone's been showing in their videos from the Nashville market, I just feel like there's not enough time in my life that I'm going to be able to stitch all of these. And I need more stitching time. Okay, so let's talk gift away. So last video, 2 weeks ago's gift away was Summerology by the Trilogy. And this was the one, it's got the sailboat, the sun, and the watermelon, and you can either do them individually, it looks like, or you can put them all together in a row. So several of you were interested in this pattern, and the winner is Deanna Ellett. Congratulations, Deanna. I will comment underneath your comment on my last Flosstube, and if you could send your information to my email address, I will send it out to you. Happy stitching. I'd love to see it when you're done putting you in the summer mood, hopefully. Let's hope. So this video's gift away, I know it's not Christmas, but this is a really big pattern. I think it's big, and it's so beautiful. I absolutely love it. I thought about stitching it myself, but there's just too many other things I want to stitch. So I want to gift this to someone who wants to stitch it. It's called Peace on Earth, and it's designed by Patricia Andrell and Elizabeth Foster. Looks like from Counted Illuminations. And there are specialty stitches in this. So it is a beautiful cathedral, and it has the stained glass windows. Let me try and get closer. The stained glass windows with specialty stitches in it. And it looks like along the top. It is absolutely a beautiful piece. It reminds me of a church up in Frankenmuth that we always stop by. It's a Lutheran church up in Frankenmuth, and it looks almost identical to this and has these amazing stained glass windows. We drive by just on our route when we're looking at the lights, and we have since I was like 9. So if you're interested in stitching Peace on Earth, just say, I'd like to stitch the Peace on Earth piece, and you will be entered into the gift away. And I'd love to get this out to you and give you some time to finish it before Christmas, because it's a big pattern, and all these specialty stitches, I know it would take me a really long time. Okay, so I wanted to talk about some haul, and then I also wanted to mention a book. So I've been listening to the Overdrive app, and I got that from Michelle Bendy Stitchy. And that's like a completely free audiobook app that you can join and have access to audiobooks. So I've been listening to Catherine the Great, which is a phenomenal story. It's amazing what people went through back in those times, how different things were. But then I also just got this book, and I would like to tell you about this one, only because she's so incredibly inspirational. So her name is Turia Pitt, and she lives in Australia, and she went to school, and she got her degree in mining engineering, and she also liked to run marathons. So she was in an ultra marathon, which is like some crazy distance. I don't even know, like maybe 100 kilometers. It's some crazy amount of distance, and it was in Australia, and they were on the route. She was on the route, and a brush fire broke out. And I guess brush fires move incredibly fast, which I had no idea. And this brush fire separated her and another runner from the rest of the pack. And in trying to escape it, they actually got caught in it, and she had 65% of her body burned. But this woman, it's called Everything to Live For by Turia Pitt. And I know this mask looks strange, but she had to wear this for 2 full years while she was getting all her skin graft surgeries and while she was going through all her physical therapy to keep the scars soft and in the healing process. She is one of the most positive women. And for International Women's Day, I had to mention this. She is super inspirational. She decided along the way that she was going to run that ultramarathon, even though she couldn't walk a single step after the accident because of the pain. She did. She got married to her boyfriend, and she now has a baby. And it's super inspirational woman. So for those of you who are looking for a good read, something to inspire you, the only place I could find this, though, was Amazon, because it's from Australia. So she also has another book too, but this was the only one I could find, and it was on Amazon. So if you're interested, very inspiring story. Okay, let's talk haul. So I have a ton of haul, and I decided to start going through some patterns back in my haul and figure out what I wanted to stitch this year. So I ordered 2 patterns. One of them was from Nashville Market Release, and it's A Perfect World by Scarlet House. Oh my gosh, it might be my favorite pattern ever. Ever. And I am just dying for it to get here. I am so excited. check it out, A Perfect World. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to start that as soon as I get it. And then I ordered a couple more, which I'll show when they come in. But one of my hauls, and this one is also probably one of my close to my very favorite patterns. I saw this from Lisa at Kindred Stitcher. It's by the Scarlet House, and it's called Good Company. And I think I've shown this before. I just love the saying on it. It's absolutely beautiful. The dogs, the sheep, the deer, and there's a woman standing there with her dogs, which reminds me of me. And the saying on it is, she lives on a hill overlooking the sea with only her dogs for good company. She doesn't need less, she doesn't need more than to hear the waves crash into the shore. So true. So true. So the reason I brought this one back out to show again is I really want to start this one as like a piece that I want to get framed at a framer. I like it that much. But I need some advice from you more experienced stitchers. This pattern calls for all Belle Soie silks. And I have never stitched in silks. So there's also conversions for Gentle Arts and Weeks Dye Works and Crescent Color. I guess I just wanted to know, do you really feel like the silks are worth it? Because this is a piece that I want to get professionally framed. I love it that much. So I was thinking I should invest in the silks and really do it well. But I was just curious if there is much of a difference at all, because I personally have never stitched with it. So if you've used silks before, if you've got an opinion on that, if you could comment below, I would love advice. Because I'm going to order the materials for this one. I want to start this one this year, but just not sure which direction to go on that. So please give me advice. I also pulled out April, Flip It, right? So this is the one I just showed in my little office caddy. Oh, so cute. Little chick and a bunny. I can stitch all the bunnies and never get tired. I love the bunnies. So I'm going to stitch this one so that I have April to go on my little caddy. And then I brought out these because I was kind of, trying to bring out stash that like I want to start this year. I still have like 17 whips that I need to work on. But I do like to start the new stuff too. So I brought out these Prairie Schoolers, and these are the ones, the months, right? So there's the big piece that's got the month and the saying, and then there's also a smaller piece that goes with it. Now this January one, I absolutely love the smaller one, the Snow Day. I definitely want to do them both. But I actually already found what I want to mount these on at Joann Fabrics like 6 months ago. But they're big pieces. I mean, for me, they're big pieces. So I pulled these out. I think I'm going to get started on them. I don't have them all. I have January. No February. I have March, and this is one of my whips. I showed this before. I really like the big one. Not so much a fan of the little one on this one, but really like the big one. So that's March. No April, no May. I have June, which I love June. Oh my gosh. And I love both of them again on this, the small and the large one. I think these are both adorable, and the colors in them are adorable. And then I skip down to October. Like this one. I like both of these. Super, super cute. Love that. Love that. November. Love this one too. And I love the little one. It says, windows winking, cheerful lights, warm the cold November nights. Oh, I love that. Super, super cute. So I want to do that one. And then December, obviously. Oh, colors in this. I just love it. I love the small with the Santa. I love the big one. Love it. Now, the dilemma that I found is there's a couple of them in the series that I'm not too fond of. I think like September was a hunting one, and just not a big hunter, not into that. So there's so many Prairie Schoolers though that are, around the seasons that are about this size that I think I'm going to go through and look for the rest of them that I want to get. And if I don't like that month, then I'll just get something fall Prairie Schooler for September. And I think I'll do it that way, because there was a couple of them that were like, but these are the ones I really love. So I want to start those this year. I want to start everything. Everything. Yeah, so that's my haul that I'm maybe going to start this year. Yes to the Scarlet House for sure. Yes to A Perfect World for sure. And then the calendar series for sure. And then probably these pretty preschoolers. And all my wins. I just need to quit my job. Who needs to work when we can just stitch all day? Okay, shout outs. So, been watching a lot of Flosstube while I stitch. Candy Stitches, Sweetie Pie. She is super talented. Love her videos. She's got some videos out there on how to dye material. She's an amazing stitcher. I love seeing her pattern. She's got a great personality. Love you, Candy. Awesome. Keep up the videos, please. So stop by and say hi to her. And then Javagirl Stitches, Christy, you are a sweetie as well. She's a mom. She has boys. And she gets a lot of stitching time in during the day, and she loves to Priscillify stuff, and she does a really good job. Really good job, Christy. So stop by and say hi to her too. Love her floss tubes, really enjoy her videos. And then Instagram shout outs. So Kim Goldman, you're such a sweetheart. Her ID, and I'm going to post everything below in the show notes, but it's kgoldman63. She's got beautiful projects. She's stitching summer at Hollyberry Farm right now. I love the patterns she picks, and that's one of the best things, right, is when you find people who like the same type of patterns as you, and then you see them post something, and then you want it, and yeah. So stop by and talk to Kim. And then Kelsey at, and I hope I say this right, supercutellama. That's her Instagram name, and I'm going to link it below. She's very crafty. She knits, quilts, she does cross stitch. I really enjoy your Instagram feed. Super cute. She's a real sweetheart. So stop by and say hi to her too. So that was all I had for today. I will be back in 2 weeks on the 24th of March, and I fly away to Tampa, Florida on the 25th. So I'm going to make sure I get my floss tube done before I go, and in the next 2 weeks, I hope you guys have a lot of stitchy time. I hope you're enjoying all the new patterns, and I hope the weather wherever you're at is getting a little warmer like it is here in Michigan. But thanks again for stopping by and visiting me. You guys are really the best. I love this community. Just every day getting comments on my video or my Instagram, or making comments or finding new people. It really brings a positive light, you know, even when you're having a bad day. It really brings a positive light to each day, and I really love you guys. So until next time, we'll see you soon, and happy stitching.